please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call order roll call, starting on my right.
Councilperson Josh Aaron.
Councilperson Brent Fire.
Mayor Jimmy John King.
Councilperson Craig Anderson.
Councilperson Gerald Alden.
Looking for approval of tonight's agenda.
Make a motion to approve.
Any additions from staff?
No.
Oops, excuse me.
I'll second the motion.
With a motion and a second, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? That carries. Next, we'll go for approval of council meeting minutes of the regular meeting of January 26, 2021.
We'll make a motion to approve minutes.
We have a motion to approve, do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. That'll take us to finance and budget. Take us to the accounts payable. We have the additional listing there. Any questions on that? You can ask Finance Director Carla. No questions or anything? Look for a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. That'll take us into motions and general business. First item tonight under motions and general business is a public hearing on the annexation of the Cheoff property, Barricade Estates and City Parkland. The city has received a petition for annexation from Al Cheoff for the annexation of Bear Cave Estates, parcel C. At this time, the city will also annex to Parkland parcel A that Cheoff donated to the city. I'm going to, is per joint orderly annexation agreement with High Forest Township. They signed the two resolutions for annexation at the February meeting approving the annexation. I'll now close the regular meeting and open a public hearing for this. Public hearing is open. I'll read the notice. City of Stewartville will be conducting a public hearing to consider a joint resolution of the City of Stewartville and the Township of High Forest amending joint resolution for orderly annexation. A petition to annex certain territory within the Township of High Forest described as Cheoff property, City of Stewartville, Bear Cave Estates. That part of the northwest quarter and the northeast quarter of Section 33, Township 105 North Range 14 West, Homestead County. Complete legal description and mapping is on file at City Hall. The City of Stewartville will now hold this public hearing at City Hall, 105 East 1st Street at 7 p.m. on February 9th, 2021. We'll now take any written or oral statements. Did you get any written statements?
I did not.
Any oral statements?
No.
Does anybody here have anything to say about it? Does anybody at the table have any questions to
Get a
ask?
hand up over there.
Okay.
I just have one question, that's
There you
all. And when you're annexing the property.
Could I ask you, I mean, I know who you are, but you stand up and state your name for the
My name is Mike. I guess I just have one question on annexing the property, is how come you're not annexing the whole property, just part of it is, that's I guess my only question.
Actually, it's looking at the same thing.
These are the parts we need at this time. That's probably the easiest.
Yeah, I think
Thank
Al can probably answer. He wants to leave his homestead outside of the city limits at this time.
Yeah, my property has got, been surveyed for 3 separate parcels. And so the parcel that we're gonna stay on is less than 4 acres or something like that. And then we're just gonna stay in the township. And the rest will all be annexed in.
So you split it into 3 different parcels then?
Yes.
Okay. Nope, I didn't know, I was just curious.
Yep, good question.
So it's parcel A and B in the one map that we were given, parcel B staying home.
Any other questions or discussion for the public? This is your hearing, so if you have something to ask or say, now it's time to do it. And we received nothing written, Cheryl?
None.
All right. Council, anything else I'd like to ask? No? All right. I'll close the public hearing. We're back to the regular meeting. All right. Here's the council action requested to approve resolution 2021 a resolution between the city of Stewartville and High Forest Township extending the corporate city limits of the city of Stewartville. Do we have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. Next item under general business. Annexation hearing for Schuman's Rolling Ridge number 4. The city received a petition for annexation from Marv Schuman for the next phase of his residential development. As per the joint orderly annexation agreement with High Forest Township, they signed a resolution for annexation at their January meeting approving this annexation. We will now open a public hearing to consider any comments and objections to the annexation. We're gonna close the regular meeting, open the public hearing. I'll read the hearing in. City of Stewartville will be conducting a public hearing to consider a joint resolution of the City of Stewartville and Township of High Forest amending joint resolution for orderly annexation. A petition to annex certain territory within the Township of High Forest described as Schuman Family Trust, Schuman's Rolling Ridge 4. That part of the north half of the southeast quarter and the part of the south half of the northeast quarter of section 27, Township 105, north, range 14 west, Olmsted County, Minnesota. Complete legal description and mapping is on file at City Hall. City of Stewartville will hold a public hearing at City Hall, 105 East First at 7 p.m. on February 9th, 2021. And we will consider any written or oral statements. Okay, now we're in the public hearing. Did you receive any written?
No.
Do we have any oral ones here tonight? Anybody have anything they'd like to say? Anybody at this table would like to ask Marv or his engineer, anybody anything?
So we're doing both sides on this map, we're doing both sides of 63 here. Black, oh, I see, just that little red square.
Red, yep,
Okay.
parcels
Yeah.
outlined in red.
Yep, I was looking at the black.
Any other questions? We have Marv and his engineer here if anybody would like to. And you received no written, no calls. If there's no further discussion or no further questions, I'll close the public hearing and open the regular meeting back up. Council action requested is approve resolution 2021 a resolution between the city of Stewartville and High Forest Township extending the corporate limits of the city of Stewartville. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That also carries. All right, there you go, guys. Now you're all welcome to stay or you're all welcome to go, whatever you'd like to do.
Get building.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Next is conditional use permit. Garage petroleum, fence. We don't got a public hearing on this one.
No.
The planning commission held a public hearing on February 2nd to consider the conditional use permit per section 1375.27 sub C.1, special fences for Rochester Petroleum. They are proposing a 6-foot chain link fence that will run from the front of the building to each side yard. The purpose of this fence is to help keep people from entering the back property. The planning commission is recommending approval of the request. So the council action requested was to be approved the conditional use permit to allow for a special use fence for Rochester Petroleum. The only question I have, what's the special, I mean, is it taller than normal or what?
No, in order to, build in a industrial park, you have to have a conditional
Okay.
use. permit for a fence.
Planning commission approved?
There were no issues. It was more of a security fence.
Any questions from anybody at the table? All right, so the council action request would be to approve the conditional use permit to allow for a special use fence for Rochester Petroleum. Do we have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That also carries. Next one under general business will be the trade-in. What's that? Just what are we in here?
Public Works.
Yeah, public works, but what do you got, what shows up on yours first?
Peterbilt up here.
Okay, Peterbilt. Here we go. Capital equipment purchase, 2022 Peterbilt dump plow truck. For our capital equipment plan, council had budgeted $180,000 for 2021 for the purchase of a single axle dump plow truck. Our local Peterbilt truck dealer, Allstate Peterbilt, priced a truck and accessories and equipment from Universal Truck. The government purchasing contract was used as we did on the last truck that we purchased in 2019. This allows us to purchase locally for the service and parts convenience and also to help support our local businesses at a fair price. Once this new truck is purchased and received, we would be selling our 1998 Ford Sterling plow truck on a public surplus auction. It has an estimated value of $7,000. The 2022 Peterbilt 348 Sourcewell contract, anyhow, without extended warranty is what we're looking at, correct, Sean?
That's what I put down. I left the options in there that's how we did the last one.
$92,041. And then the equipment from Universal Truck, MnDOT contract, all the body parts, the hoists, the wings, the plows, the sanders, the hydraulics, everything else. That equipment cost is $86,445. So, that brings us in just a little under the budgeted price. That brings us in $178,486. So the council action requested would be to approve or deny the purchase of the 2022 Peterbilt 348 from Allstate Peterbilt and listed equipment from Universal Truck Equipment without the extended warranty for a total price of $178,486 plus tax. Really? I thought they got rid of that.
We have to pay tax on the truck and the chassis. We do not pay it on the snowplow parts, the components that'll come with it.
The only question I got, what was the difference? I mean, I see the difference in price, but what was the difference with the warranty? What did they cover? Not that much, or?
It's a 5-year, how many, 1,000 mile, I can't remember, but 5-year, just, yeah. I mean, we didn't do it on the last truck. I'm not a big fan of the extended warranties.
That's why I was just wondering why, you know, I mean, it would still be pretty close to budgeted pricing.
Yeah. So, and that's why I put both in there for you guys in case people do see a need and they want to. I just feel they make money on that.
It must come with, what's it got for a warranty to come with, I guess?
Yeah, I'd have to look back and see.
I think it's got a couple.
3 years or something.
Yeah, okay. Any other questions from the table? Well, then I guess our job is to either approve or deny the purchase of the 2022 Peterbilt with all the equipment.